What's up, Techno fam? Chana D, your Techno Dad here, and I've got a little bit of a different type of video for you guys today. If you've ever wanted to go live streaming on YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, or Facebook, there's a new platform in 2021. It's called Melon, and it's actually really easy to get up and running. Now, if you haven't heard of Melon or the Melon app, that's totally cool. It's very new, but it's being developed by a company that's been doing streaming for a long time, and that is Streamlabs OBS. And they've been doing Twitch streaming for many years, and a lot of Twitch streamers, like big ones, use Streamlabs OBS. Now, if you haven't heard of Streamlabs OBS, there is another company involved, and their name is Logitech. Chances are you've probably heard of Logitech. So with these two powerhouses behind the Melon app, this is probably going to be one of the best fully web-based streaming platforms available to you in 2021. Now, I think the best part about Melon is the price. Right now, the Pro plan is $15 a month, but even at the regular price of $25 per month, it's cheaper than all the other options. And you pretty much get the same experience, multi-stream to different platforms at the same time. You can have guests come in, you can put their chat up on the screen. It's really cool, and we're going to dive into all of that right now. Actually, before we get into it, I did a couple of live streams with the Melon app, one on my channel, the Techno Dad channel, this channel, and one for the Daily Hi-Fi podcast. As you know, I did with Joe and Tell, Youthman, and Aaron from Aaron's Audio Corner. The one on my channel I did with Whisper Status 74. He was my guest on the channel, and you'll be able to see what it actually looks like. And I will also link to those streams down in the description so you guys can check it out and see what it looked like on your end. All right, so when you first log in, you're going to have to select a platform. As you can see here, I'm already logged into YouTube. You can log into Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitch, and Periscope. There is also a custom section for a custom RTMP URL. That's a little too much for some people. That's okay. Since I don't have my Twitch account linked, let's go ahead and show you how to do that. Now, I'm already logged into my Twitch account, so all I need to do is authorize Melon, and there it is. So now when I stream, I'll be streaming to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Now, I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to hit this X right here and remove that account. And boom, there it is. Now on the left, we have a few things to check out. When you hit past broadcast, if you choose to record your broadcast, you can actually download them here in high quality. Now, I've already done that, and the clips from the live streams that you will see are using this download features. Now, if we go into billing, you can see what the Pro plan gives me. I got full HD 1080p recording, up to 6 guests, no watermark, unlimited streaming, and I can upload media files with a 150 megabyte limit, and I'll show you what that's about later. All right, let's jump into the Melon Studio. So this is what the studio screen looks like. When you jump in, it's got your background, it's got your logo up here if you've put it in already. We've got our panel on the left here. You can see I need to click this button to show myself on screen. There it is. This is the webcam on my laptop. I've got it propped up here underneath my main camera. And let's go through some of these things, starting with what's here on the left. Now, your logo up here or your avatar up here, this will take you to settings, logout, support, the referrals page, all that kind of stuff. So I don't go into there too often unless I just want to go into settings, broadcast, and download the new stream. So I don't use that one too much. All right, so let's check out this left panel here. As you can see, this is where you would get the link, copy link, and then send it to your guest. Now, of course, you would want to do this ahead of time, and I'll get into how you schedule a live stream in a little bit. But yeah, just copy this link, send it over to them, and they will appear here just like I am. All right, so I'm going to go down here and click share screen just to show you guys what it looks like when there's more than one person on the left here. So I'm going to select my YouTube channel and hit share, and it'll pop me over to the share screen. But when we go back here into the studio, it's here on the left column. Again, this is where your guests are going to arrive. This is where you're going to be until you click show on stream. And this is where any screen sharing from either yourself or your guests are going to be. So you actually have to click it to show it on the screen. And let's show myself here as well. And there you have it. Now, if we go here down to the layouts, this is the layout section. Click on this and you get a bigger share screen, a smaller little talking head person. Okay, so you can play around with that. Now under others, this is more for when you have multiple people in, and all this stuff is going to be under suggested when you actually have that going. Now during the Daily Hi-Fi podcast, I went through a whole bunch of layouts just so I could see what all of these look like. Now, if you're wondering how to move people from different squares and different locations, you just click on their box and move it around. It's very simple. Unfortunately, I was not screen capturing during the stream, but this screen recording can show you do have a lot of flexibility with the layouts and who's taking main stage or center stage in the layout. And even here, when it's just me, I do like the other layouts that kind of fold down the box so you kind of see the background. You can put your own big background logo if you wanted to, and we'll get into the backgrounds in just a second. Now, before we move on to the bottom, this little arrow up here will take whoever or whatever it is and make it full screen. So if we share screen again, just go here, Chrome tab, and pick my YouTube channel and go back to the main studio, show on stream. Now you can see there's 2 frames here, but if we click this double arrow here on the screen share, you'll see the screen share now takes the full center stage, and you can see that it says spotlight. So now over here on the left, it is surrounded in orange, whereas on screen, I'm still on screen, you just can't see me. So this will also happen if you want to highlight a guest. If a guest is talking and you're not talking and you want to highlight them, all you have to do is hit the double arrow to put them in spotlight mode. Hit the double arrow again to take them out of spotlight mode. So let's get rid of this stuff right now. And I'm gonna hit stop sharing here at the bottom. So this bottom menu is where you do a lot of your stuff. Of course, this is your microphone settings. You can mute the microphone, unmute it. If you've ever done Zoom or anything like that, you get the basic idea. You pick your audio input, you pick your audio output, and pretty much good to go there. As far as video is concerned, you can just go ahead and stop your video and it'll go blank like this. It will still be on stream until you click hide. And if you click show, it'll still just be blank, but we can click that to get the video going again. The up arrow will have you select your cameras. The only one here right now is the FaceTime camera from the computer. And here for resolution, let's bump that up to 1080p 30. Boom. It's built-in camera. It's not going to be as awesome as this camera up here, which, if you wanted to use an external camera, you would have to do HDMI to some sort of HDMI capture device, and that will go, connect into your computer, and that will show up in this menu here. Okay, so screen sharing, we went over this a little bit before. So you can either do your entire screen, so they see everything you see, an application window, or a Chrome tab like we did with my YouTube channel. Click on here, click share. You can't really see anything right now, but if we go to the studio, we have to do show on stream, and let's give it the spotlight. So now we're here. You can't navigate the page from here. You actually have to go to that tab, and I'll scroll down to the bottom here, so you can see that everything has changed. And now everybody's looking at the bottom part of my channel here. Just to control everything, again, you have to go back to that tab, or if it's an application, you got to go back to the application. And you can see there it's working as it should be. So let's hide those. And then if you wanted to just stop the screen share, you can just hit this stop right up there. Now, here's one thing that everybody wants to do, and that is communicate and see what everybody's chatting about. So when we click show chat, we've got 2 options here, the stream chat and the private chat. Now, the private chat is for you to communicate with your guest privately. And so your guests will be able to see that, and you guys can chat back and forth. And maybe they want to send a link, or you want to send a link, or whatever. Or, you're like, hey, let's put your link up on screen. Just go ahead and send it to me so I can make it a ticker or a banner. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. And of course, stream chat is the chat that's happening on your channel. And if you click people's chats, they will appear up on the screen. Now, it did kind of bug me that the stream chat pops up on screen in the bottom right hand corner instead of, you know, maybe just long ways across the bottom. If it's a large comment, it's going to cover whoever is on that side of the screen. And during the Daily Hi-Fi podcast, I was trying to figure out what the best layout was so it would cover less people. And I actually moved myself into that corner because I didn't want our guests to, you know, get fully covered up. We want to, you know, promote our guest and their YouTube channel and that kind of thing. So the cool part with Melon is I contacted them about the things we did and didn't like during the stream. And I got an email back saying, these features that you guys want are all coming soon. And one of them was the replacement of where the chat comes up on the screen. So right now it does kind of block things. And in my live stream with Whisper Status 74, Brian, I moved myself to the right. So if there were any large comments, I would be covered up. And again, highlighting or spotlighting my guests. So there are definitely workarounds. And the cool part about it is they are working to make the platform the best it can be for 2021. All right, so now I'm going to hide the chat and move over to edit screen. And this is kind of where you set up your stream, how it looks, what's on screen, and all that stuff. So let's click on that and go to the settings here, general settings, Technodad Chana D, that's my name. So just, you know, change your display name here. Right? We want full HD quality. Of course, we want to be recording. I always choose to do a recording so I can download the high quality recording, cut up little bits of it, upload little sections as, you know, a way to get more out of the live stream and create more content without actually having to create more content. So participant names, we want those on. So everybody that's coming in's got a little name. People know who they are when they're watching the stream. Audio status, we'll get rid of that little microphone so you can see if people are muted, if people are actually available to talk. Now this TTS on guest join was actually pretty cool. Whenever Michael showed up, it said Youthman is entering. I was like, what? It's just like when you turn on a Bluetooth speaker or Bluetooth headphone, it says power on, pairing, like that kind of thing. It was hilarious. Joe Intel is entering. I was like, oh, okay. I got to go, which, you know, tells you to go over to the left panel here to put them into the stream. So that was nice. Speaker indicator. This is that yellow box around whomever is talking, kind of like in Zoom. It's really cool. So at least you know what is going on and who is talking where. All right, let's collapse the settings area and let's go over to logo. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. Turn the logo off. Turn the logo on, hit the drop down here. As you can see, I've got my custom Technodad logo. Now this is a PNG file, meaning it is a file that doesn't have a background. So make sure whatever logo you're gonna put has a PNG, so it's pretty, you know, clear instead of being just like a big rectangle of black and then your logo. You want to have that PNG. So yeah, that's how you do that. And of course, to get a lot of these features, you need to be on the Pro plan. So I would highly recommend it. Okay, let's move on to banner. So let's click this to turn it on, and you can see it says banner test here, and it's in a different color because I messed around with the colors. The font I kept the same as the ticker, which we'll get into in a minute. But yeah, you can choose your color, and as you can see, I try to match this color to the blue that's in my logo here. So you've got a lot of flexibility, and you know, the font color, you can keep it black. You can change it to whatever you want. We can do this blue on blue. Can you tell it's my favorite color? Or we can just type in the color code for black. Boom. And change the font color to black. Let's go. So that's the banner. Let's collapse that area. Let's turn on the ticker. And this appears at the bottom. I matched the font of the banner with the font of the ticker just to kind of keep everything in line. And there you go. Welcome to the Technodad live stream. Be sure to subscribe to Brian's channel. Brian was my guest. Link in the description. So if we do the drop down here, we can change this to welcome to my Melon tutorial video. And that's it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And you don't need to have the ticker on the screen all the time. You can just turn it off when you don't want it. You know, sometimes you can have that say like, hey, join me up on Patreon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can put the channel URL there. You can do a lot of things. That is definitely cool. So let's now hide me. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's remove that and go into background. Now you can upload your own background, which I have a few. But I like the fact that Melon gives you all kinds of backgrounds. Some of the other applications, web-based platforms like this, give you like 2 or 3. So they give you like 38 backgrounds here to choose from. They all look pretty cool. If you wanted to see, one of the things I would recommend, if you do have, white in your logo, make sure you pick a darker background so your logo does pop. You see that difference there? If I go to this one, you kind of can't see the lettering in the ring of my logo. Now, of course, I do have a different logo with different colors. So just make sure whatever background you're using, doesn't kind of conflict with the colors of, ooh, that looks nice, of your logo there. Again, there you've got a lot to choose from. I like that one a lot. Yeah, so they give you a whole lot of options, and you can change all this midstream. Like I was doing that in the Daily Hi-Fi podcast just to see what things would look like. We were on the beach for a minute, even though it's winter everywhere right now. I like that one. I like this guy a lot. And this one here, this is the one I used for the stream with Brian, because there's little stripes of blue there. Obviously, blue is my favorite color. So this one also is pretty cool too. So you have a lot of flexibility with your background, and of course you can upload your own if you like. All right, so moving on to the video section. If we click this, you've got 7 countdowns, which I started using. It's pretty cool. You hit one of these things to start the countdown, then hit go live, and it'll start going live in a few seconds, and then there's music going to it, and when it's done, it pops you into stream, and then you guys are off and running. You do your own little hello intro thing or whatever it is you do on your channel. Welcome everybody. I like the fact that there's a lot of stuff to choose from here. It's not just one countdown. This one with the moon here is kind of cool. And then here's this other one, a little eclipse. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Again, you can upload your own video. So, you can use that instead if you have a special or custom countdown for your live stream. All right, so last thing we need to check out is scheduling and how to schedule a broadcast. So we click schedule, and now first step is to select your platform. Here is the TechnoDad platform, and you have a choice between making it private, public, unlisted. Normally we would do public, but for right now, I'm gonna just make it private just because it's for this video. Next, we go to stream information, and we're going to put in a date and time. So let's do this for Saturday, 7 p.m. Continue, and there you can see February 27th, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is a test of the Melon broadcasting system. Get it? This is a test. Did I misspell that? Yeah, totally misspelled that. Okay, and then type in your description, and then upload a thumbnail. So I'm gonna go ahead and here's a thumbnail for my Yamaha unboxing, and you know what, we'll just use that for right now. So this is a private situation, so it's not going to be seen by anyone, and I can just go into the back end of YouTube and delete it. So there it is. I had to kind of resize and then hit schedule. Okay, so that is scheduled. Now this copy link here, this is going to be for your guest. So you want to copy that and then email that to your guest, whomever the guest is going to be. Now, if you click visit, here is the stream. Now, the reason why you want to do this is you want to come over here to grab this link here. This is the share link, right? So you'll have 2 links. One of them is to invite your guest into Melon, and that URL has Melon in the URL. This one is to share the actual stream. So when you're going to schedule it, say, hey guys, here's my you upload a thumbnail, hey, you guys tune in this time, this day, you know, for this video, here's the link. And you put the link in there, and that, if they click on it, it will take you to this page here where they can set a reminder. You're obviously going to want to say, click the link and make sure to set a reminder so you don't forget about the live stream. So definitely some cool tips there for you guys. But this is the one that you want to share with your guest. You do not want your guest to share the Melon app link to their community, and you do not want to share this to your community. This is strictly for your guest. Otherwise, you're going to have all kinds of riffraff trying to come in to the live stream. And one last thing. Let's say you were over here in settings and you go into studio, and then my camera and myself will show up on the stream here. If I click invite guest and send my guest this link for a scheduled stream, that is the wrong link, okay? So, pro tip for you guys right here. As you can see, schedule has a little 1 down here, meaning there's 1 stream scheduled. Click on that, and you actually have to enter the studio here. So now you got to enter this studio, which is connected to all those links of the scheduled live stream. Go live with 1 click. Got it. So now this is the invite link we need to send to your guest. Right? If they lost the previous one, like you saw me making the scheduled one, this is the same link as the link I copied when I created it. But let's say they're like, oh, I can't find it in my email, or my, you know, Facebook Messenger is like way down. Can you just give me another link? You need to make sure you're in the scheduled stream studio, and then you give them that link. So that's a big, huge tip there. I didn't know what was happening, and I couldn't get Brian into the backstage area of the studio. And I was just like, oh, wait a second. I'm not in the scheduled stream. It was a big old mess, but I figured it out in a couple of minutes. So now we are currently in that scheduled stream studio. So if we hit schedule, you can see that this is the current broadcast, and I want to leave the studio. So let's click on leave studio. And if we see down here at the bottom, again, yes, we see schedule with the little 1, and we are not in that schedule. So yeah, that's the one tricky part about this platform. If you're using scheduled streams, you need to make sure you go into that specific scheduled stream studio to start the live stream there. Because if you're in the regular studio on a non-scheduled stream and you invite people there and you've already sent out the link, people have set reminders to the link that's associated with the scheduled stream. So make sure, if that's the case and you've been handing that link out, you need to go into the scheduled stream studio. So yeah, you know, I think with a couple of tweaks, you know, from the Melon developers, which they're constantly doing, this is probably going to be the best live streaming platform in 2021. It has some great features. So if you want to get up and running with live streaming really quickly, it's all web based. You can have guests. The UI is really intuitive. And the best part is it costs less than all the other options out there. So total no-brainer. Big shout out to the folks at Melon for wanting to sponsor a video and reaching out to me. So thank you guys so much. And I will probably be using this platform for all my upcoming live streams, and of course the daily hi-fi podcast as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For those of you that hung out all the way through my little Melon tour here, thank you guys so much. I got a lot more home theater and cool tech videos on the way. So make sure you are subscribed up if you aren't already. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad. I'll see you next time.